What up, guys? Welcome to Angelasavalon's YouTube channel. I'm Angela. Subscribe, leave a comment down below at the end of the video, give me your feedback. Please donate to one of the links below in the description box. It helps me and it helps the channel. And yeah, so let's get to today's topic, or tonight, whenever it is that you're watching. So in this video I'm gonna touch on the 8th house relationships in synastry. I'm not gonna be talking about like a specific personal planet in the 8th house, like when a personal planet I'm not going to be talking about a specific personal planet falling into someone's 8th house. That's what I mean. I'm going to be talking about more of the generality of it. And by the way, when I say personal planets, I mean, of course, Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, right? I'm not talking about the generational outer planets, because some people like to mention them, but I'm focused more on the personal planets because I think they're more important. So yeah, so let's get to it. So one thing that you have to understand about 8th house relationships, many times those kinds of relationships in synastry, they create a dynamic where the house person feels like they owe the planet person something. And the thing is that this can become a constant thing, right? Depending on the longevity of the relationship, this can be sort of like a usual. This thing can become kind of consistent. The feeling of the house person owing, or as if they owe the planet person something. But the thing is, many times, if not most of the. In fact, in most cases of the 8th house relationships, what happens is that these kinds of relationships, 8th house relationships, create dynamics where the house person actually does owe the planet person something. Usually it's money, because the 8th house is about the money of other people. It's the house of debt, financial debt, emotional debt, the house of Pluto, right? And so many times the house person, what can happen is that those kinds of relationships will create a dynamic, and they will trigger a situation where the house person might owe the planet person something, like money, because it's the house person that needs help. Because many times what happens is the house person might be either in a financial struggle. Something will happen where the house person will need to loan money from the planet person or anything else, but usually many times it is money that the house person loans from the planet person. And so what happens is that the house person keeps getting in situations where they can't, or they cannot get the opportunity to pay back the planet person. And it creates a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of resentment. Even with time, the house person will feel some sort of resentment, not only because they owe the planet person, but because of a lot of other elements. But this is one of them. This is definitely one of them. Yeah, it is. And the thing is, what you have to understand is that many times the planet person will give the house person something like money or other valuable things, and will not want anything for in return from the house person, right? But the thing is that the house person still will feel like they owe the planet person something, because what happens is that 8th house synastry, it triggers feelings of owing someone something. It triggers this kind of resentment. So it doesn't even matter if you don't, it doesn't even matter if the planet person doesn't want you to pay them back in any way. The house person still will feel, and it's like they owe something to the planet person. And it's strange because the house person will in most cases the house person will feel grateful, right? They will feel blessed in a way that they have the planet person in their life. But what happens is that they cannot, like, that feeling of gratitude does not overtake the feeling of either resentment or guilt or shame. It's almost like it's a constant battle, an emotional battle that a house person goes to. And the thing is that the 8th house is also the house of, like I said, emotional depth. So they might feel emotionally uncomfortable, like emotionally, like they owe the planet person something. Like even the fact that the house person exists, sometimes they feel like, oh, I owe them something. Or many times it can be assets, because like I said, 8th house is not only the money of other people, it's the assets of other people. So many times, let's say what can happen is something like let's say the house person needed a home. Let's say they became homeless, and the planet person gave them their home, or like lets them stay in their home. Even it can be even like indefinitely, right? And still the house person will feel like, constantly they feel like they owe the planet person something. Even if the planet person is an angel from heaven, they will still feel that. And it's not like it's not the planet person that the house person will not stand. It's the feeling that happens. You know what I'm saying? So they will feel like, I owe this. They feel like, I constantly feel like I owe the planet person surely, like, from existing, and it's internal, like they're not it's almost like impossible for the house person to talk themselves out from feeling that. That's why I'm saying, hang on, that's what I'm saying, that's why I don't recommend 8th house relationships usually, because I feel like some people really don't know what they're doing or getting themselves into, because it is not, it is, I'm not gonna say that it doesn't have its gifts, or it's not gonna feel like a gift, you know, the planet person, or the planet person is not gonna feel like a savior in a way. But that doesn't change the fact that the 8th house person is gonna because the thing is the way the relationship will end, because it will end. I'm not saying all 8th house relationships will end, but the majority of 8th house relationships, they will not stand the test of time. And what will most likely happen is that the way that the relationships will end, even if predicted, right? Even if sometimes predicted by both the people, the planet and the house person, what can happen is that even then it will be so traumatic and catastrophic, especially on the heart of the house person, that it might take years to recover. It might take the house person years to recover, and that's why I'm saying it's not worth it, because it's not something that you want to wish for somebody, or it's not something you want. You know what I'm saying? You guys have to understand that it's not something to celebrate. it's not fun like the fifth house or the seventh house. It's not fun. It's just because the thing is, when it does end, it does end suddenly and catastrophically. So it's, and both people, the planet person and the house person, will go through the trauma. But the thing is that the house person is going to be the one to get the short end of the stick way more than the planet person. And as someone who has been the house person multiple times, and it still is, right, that there are still people in my life that I'm the house person, and you have to understand, like, some of these people, they're my family too, like, so I just telling you this, guys, to let you know that I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm saying. And being the house, I'm saying 8th house relationships, it's not something that you want to go through, you know. It's not something that, and you think, right, because all good things must come to an end, and so all things in life eventually, you know, might end or will end. But the thing is, the way that the 8th house relationship will end will not be something that is good, because usually the house person is also the person that needs to heal. But the way, what it will require, the thing is that what is being required from the house person to heal is so catastrophic. It might be, like, one example would be an 8th house relationships that when I was the house person that ended, that when the relationship ended 3 years ago, and it's something that I'm still recovering from to this day. And there's something, in a way, there's something in me when I was saying it, you know, Angela, Angie, I know you want to, you know, I know you want to make a video, you know, but do you really want to get there, and do you really want to go there, and do you really want to talk about it, okay? Because there is something in me that I'm, especially in the period of time where I'm right now, that I'm still healing from stuff, and I'm sometimes, you know, even too fragile emotionally. And I'm talking about this 8th house synastry right now, and there's a part of me that is afraid to talk about it. I'm afraid to accidentally open old wounds, and I'm telling you guys, please use my energy in this video to warn you. If you're not too deep in 8th house relationship, please use this video as a warning, because I was not warned, okay? Please use this video as a warning, as a piece of wisdom, okay? Please, and I get it, you know, because it might be very addictive, you know, and you might not want to. It might be close to impossible to let go from my 8th house relationship, and that's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm gonna tell you guys. Yes, I know, I lived it. I know it's how to let go, and so you don't have to end it immediately, but be cautious, you know. Be cautious. Maybe take breaks, like, and when I say take breaks, maybe be with other people. But even then, you might be like me. You might be the planet person, might be the only person in your life at the moment. But still, you have to be cautious, because I'm telling you, it is that energy is something you will have to be cautious of, okay? So yeah, so, you know, proceed with caution, and yeah, just be careful. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna wrap up this video, maybe make a part 2. Maybe I'll do that. So yeah, leave me, guys, your feedback, okay? Tell me your experience, okay? It's very important for me to know, tell me your experience. I do want to know your guys' experiences, and tell me if it even helps. Tell me if this video helped you in any way, and if it did, please shoot me a donation. I will really appreciate it. I have a GoFundMe link and a Venmo link down below. Either one of the two will be very great, and I'm going to be very grateful and appreciative of that. By the way, guys, I'm standing next to a highway, or freeway rather, so I'm apologizing for all the noise. That's why I use a mic. But yeah, so the hate house is it's very, it is a very, very, it can be dangerous, it can be dangerous because the house person depends on the situation and the people involved. The house person might feel abandoned, might feel emotionally neglected by the planet person. Yes, a house person might feel emotionally neglected and abandoned in a way by the planet person, even if the planet person might not mean that, like might not intentionally, even if the planet person might not have those intentions, right? The house person might still feel that way, because they're gonna feel like, oh, why is the planet person not having time for me? Why is the planet person not doing that, the X, Y, and Z for me? Why are they mean to me? Why do they might really feel that way? And many times the planet person actually might be neglectful, especially I want to say if it's a moon beard house, the moon person might actually be neglectful of the house person. And the thing is, it's true. It's the tragedy of this of this is because many times, like, it can be a father-daughter relationship. You know what I mean? It is definitely the kind of synastry that can create daddy issues. Because you guys have to remember, synastry is not only for romantic relationships, it's friendships, family dynamics, it's everyone. And I have this synastry with my father, his sun and moon are in my 8th house, and it is very difficult if you're the house person and the planet person is your parent, or your father, because guys, I have been the house person multiple times in different kinds of relationships, friendships, and all kinds of relationships I've been involved when I was the house person time and time again. And I'm telling you guys, I know what I'm saying, I know what I'm talking about. I know exactly the dynamic of being the house person and receiving the shorter end of the stick because of it. Okay? And to this day, like, except for my father, I have 2 older people that are present in my life that their son is in my house, and it's hard, especially if you live with this. If the front person is in your living situation, or is a part of your living situation, or the owner or whatever, you will feel it on a level that I cannot even explain. That 8th house energy from the planet person, you being the house person, me being the house person, you will feel it, and it's so hard living with this energy, guys, because it's a lot, and sometimes it's sad because the planet person might be such a good person, they might be one of the best people that you ever knew, but because they fall into your 8th house, it's like, oh my god, I feel, it's almost like you will feel guilty existing around them, because you will feel like, because you will feel when they're disappointed in you, you will feel like you're not up to the either expectations, or not even expectations, but it's almost like you will feel like, I have all this, you might feel, I have all these plans, or I have all these, because that house is also the house of secrets. So what can happen is that the planet person might see all the potential in the house person, and they will feel like the house person doesn't do enough or nearly nothing to accomplish the potential, right? In a good way, it's sound, right? But the thing is that the house person might have all these plans and all these, future plans for their life and everything. But the thing is, they will not feel what can happen is the situation they'll be in with the planet person. The house person might feel like they cannot share that with the planet person. Like there might be some sort of confidential information of some sort, and so the house person might feel guilty, because they'll be like, I wish I could share this with the planet person. I have all these plans. Or the planet person thinks I'm nothing, but no, I have all these ambitions. I'm all this, I wish I could, and they feel like so guilty and shameful, because they really want to satisfy the planet person. They really want to show the planet person that they are, they want to show the greatest self to the planet person, especially if the planet person has been someone that was supportive, and when the planet person doesn't think highly of them, or can see even, like, let's say there are many things that if the planet person knew about, they will feel, even proud of the house person. But the thing is, because the house person, because it might be confidential, and the house person might be like, it might feel like, it's not information they can share with the planet person just yet. This in between kind of thing, the time in between and everything might be killed. Might nearly kill the soul of the house person, because the last thing they want is for the planet person to look down on them, or they will not be proud of them. It sucks. It sucks, you guys. I'm telling you, it's just please, guys, I want nothing more than this video to help people and really reach an audience and really help people. Please, guys, share your experiences down below, because you have to understand, by you sharing your experience down below in the comments, you're not just sharing it with me. Other people will read it and it can help other people too, because people read each other's comments. I do too, on other channels, and it helps me. So please share your experience with the house relationship dynamic in synastry. Okay, please leave your feedback down below. Please thumbs up this video. Please subscribe and shoot me a donation if you like this video, if you feel like it helped you in any way. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.